Hi everyone, this is Dr. Patricia Kolodnicki. I teach at St. Joseph's College, and I've been working with student teachers, particularly submitting their edTPA. So this is an edTPA pacing guide to get you on track and keep you on track for submitting edTPA on time and successfully. So let's get started. So I'm considering this, I call this the fast track for my students. This is not for the faint of heart. If you follow this, you will film during your first placement and you will be able to submit well before the end of your student teaching semester. So if you only student teach for one semester, this plan is for you. Obviously, be sure to follow the guidance of your own university or college with regards to permission slips and requirements and submission procedures. And you should also be always working closely not only with your CT and your seminar instructor, but with your colleagues, because they should have a good idea of how to help you, maybe give some suggestions on the way. Again, working collaboratively through the entire process of edTPA. So for week one, I'm going to start off real quick. As soon as you start your student teaching, you should hand out a student survey to all of your potential classes. Again, you're not narrowing it down to a class just yet. You're just starting to know them, you're just starting to get to know them, but your student survey is going to give you some information that's going to be relevant for your commentaries. You should be reviewing exemplars and look at the template for the context for learning and start collecting information for that context for learning. And that may include looking at your state's report card for New York. There is a website for that, you can look it up, and also asking your CT or any other support staff that would be relevant for that sort of information. In week two, you're going to just start to discuss potential topics or lessons that you will be using in your learning segment. That's with your CT, but also maybe with your seminar instructor and with your colleagues in your seminar class. Hand out and collect permission slips for all of your potential classes. Again, you may want to film more than one class, both classes. You might want to use the same lessons and then decide later on which one you're actually going to write up for your instruction commentary. You definitely in week two, you're going to want to test out your video options. Are you using a camera? Are you using your phone? Do you have enough memory on your phone to record a full lesson? Try them out, review the sample video, be sure students can be seen and heard, and obviously begin to desensitize your students to having the camera on in class and for you to be more comfortable having a camera on you during your instruction. Week three, now you might want to start picking a class, but you can always film more than one. You definitely want to have your context for learning done, and you're going to start drafting your 3 to 5 lessons for your learning segment. Again, you want to practice, if you're teaching a full lesson with your chosen method, make sure, again, the camera is in a good spot. You can hear the students speaking, you can hear yourself clearly, because you definitely don't want to have to do a lot of writing and captions for your video if you don't have to. Week four, review your practice videos very carefully. One more time. Can you hear everyone? Can you see everything? Is there a better vantage point? And then obviously this is a great time to review your edTPA rubrics and finalize your lessons. Again, edTPA is looking for very specific things in your lessons in terms of assessments, in terms of questioning. I do have other videos, especially on these two topics. You may want to check those out as well. And when I talk about exemplars, specifically, I have looked at the past TPA website, which I found to be pretty helpful with that as well. Not only has math exemplars, but has lots of other subject-based exemplars as well. Week five, again, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty. You want to format all of those necessary documents from your lessons. If you didn't make the worksheets, maybe you need to scan a worksheet that was provided to you. Textbook pages, any smart notebook slides, any blank assessments, all of that should be scanned and put into one document. Again, edTPA wants that as one document. You're going to draft your planning commentary and record your actual lessons. Again, we do this pretty early in the semester. This is during your first placement to make sure that, again, this is probably either your last week or one of your last weeks of your first placement. We want to make sure we get those recordings in during that first placement. Week six, again, you're going to go through the video requirements of edTPA at the very end of your guidebook that mentions a bunch of different criteria. You may have to cut the video, you may have to downgrade the resolution of the video so that it fits the size criteria. At this point, once you have your video, again, you may want to show the video to a colleague. Make sure that, they believe that that's some of your best teaching and that's what the videos are going to be looking for. I do have a checklist on videos that I probably will share in another video as well. And you're going to want to draft your instruction commentary using specifically the timestamps from your cut video. So do not use timestamps before you cut the video. Make sure you cut the video. Either you're using 2 different segments or you're using 1 full segment piece together. And then have a colleague review your instruction commentary. All right, we're getting close. Week 7, you're going to copy all student work. So if the students took an assessment with you, you're copying it. You're not just copying it once, you're copying it maybe 3 times. So you have 3 sets of unwritten on, right, not by you, student work. You're going to then choose your focus students and label their papers, again, just in case you have 2 extra sets of copies of these original student work. You're going to provide your written feedback on student papers, and then with that information, you're going to draft your assessment commentary, again, documenting your class data using visuals and graphs if you so choose. And then finally, week 8 is time to submit. Have a couple friends, maybe look over different documents, your finalized documents, complete any revisions that they may recommend, specifically spelling errors, and upload all of that stuff for St. Joe's. It's all uploading it all to Chalk and Wire, which is the program that our school uses, but again, your school may be different. Our students have to submit payment on the Pearson website and they get a code and then they're able to submit. I have been told that it can take up to 48 hours to upload your materials. That hasn't been the case for my students, but that is the warning that they give you on the Pearson website. So if you plan on submitting, let's say on a Thursday, you definitely want to get everything kind of together at least a day or 2 before that, and to upload it so that you know it's uploaded and it's all set and ready to submit. And then you just have to wait those painful weeks to get your results. But then when you're done, you get to celebrate. So hopefully that helped. Hopefully it gave you an idea of how rigorous this could be, but it's also helpful. And a lot of my students were able to get this done within their semester, got results before the semester ended, were able to celebrate before the semester ended. So we want that to be a possibility. It also opens you up for the possibility that if, let's say, your results are not so celebratory, you do have still some time to record in your second placement and fix or revise any aspects of your commentary if necessary. But I'm going to say we're going to be celebrating. So I hope that helped. Feel free to check out any of my other videos, again, on edTPA, but also in math teaching. Thanks so much.